We just need one false start and then we can go, right?
A man without sauce is lost, but that same man can find himself lost up in the sauce.
Wisdom from Slapshoot.
Hey, the great warrior poet Gucci Mane said that.
Oh, really? That's incredible. Yeah. Oh, I just realized this is the first week I think I've ever forgotten to type out our friggin' names in the thing.
It only took 70-something attempts.
We might be washed. All right, pretend that's lined up. Hello.
It might be Jover. It might be Jover.
I mean, they're all in the same boxes.
Tea.
I can fix it. Hold on. There, see, everything's great. Welcome to Shrimp Hours. Episode 74 or 5?
5. Yeah, I got it
Damn,
pulled
we
up.
have 4 already. Damn. All right, welcome to halfway through the second season of this show and the last ever episode we're ever going to record. I'm Drive-Thru. Bed's here, Slap's here, Rusty's here. Everyone else is dead.
It's Jover.
Which is unfortunate.
I
Ben's
like this
repping
company.
Ben bought a shirt from a brand that used another brand's name.
Yeah, you guys were talking about last week on the podcast, so I had to wear the Winston Cup Museum t-shirt.
What were you saying, Rusty?
Nah. The moment passed. I was going to issue a death threat towards Cody because I know he's tuning in and he really wants to hear us talk about him. Cody, where are you? This is like 3 weeks in a row, pal. Where you're like 5 minutes before the show, you're like, I'm going to be there. And then we hit record like an hour later waiting for you and there's no Cody. So Cody, we're talking about you. We're calling you out. I'm going to drive to Milwaukee personally. I know where you live.
I also know where he lives.
He had a 14-hour drive after watching a bunch of... You know what? Maybe it's the carbon monoxide poisoning. He's just out.
That is true.
Being in the stadium with all the race cars.
No. I'm tired of making excuses for Cody. This is what's going to happen. He's going to wake up the second we finish recording, and he's going to be like, "Who wants to play Lethal Company?" And then we're all going to be. Yeah, we're all gonna be too tired. And he's like, F you guys. Well, no, Cody, F you. Where are you?
You know we can swear on this show, right?
I'm glad Baker Mayfield got the first ever perfect passer rating in Lambeau Field against the Packers. I was on the fence about it before, but now I fucking love it.
I'm just pissed because Cody probably has some good stories from friggin' St. Louis, and he's gonna forget them after a week.
Ever since Phoenix, man.
Yeah, ever since Phoenix, he's been washed. Like watching Larson lose in person just took like the wind out of his sails. He's never been the same shrimp.
It's true. Okay. Well, is there anything that happened on Twitter this week? Usually we open up with this, but I don't think I have.
What has Cody been up to? Let me pull up Cody's profile. Where are you at, Cody?
He actually posted a sick video.
Alex Jones is back.
Uh-oh. What do you mean?
He's back on Twitter.
He
was banned
and fully compromised.
He switched sides, I guess.
He's vaxxed now.
Is he actually?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Probably because I don't know one fucking word that fucking asshole says.
Oh, he's just
got my
the Russian BS again.
All right, so that's what's happening on Twitter. I guess the least prepared segment that I've been talking about for a year is we're gonna do the drippies. We still don't have a Drip or Drown theme song. Thank you, Ben, because you made the friggin' Karen
It's
H.
Drip
Gaming
or Drown now. It's Drip or Drown now.
My Little Pony. I had everyone pick out just the 2 categories for the official Shrimp Hours Drippies 2023. The best and the worst. That's it. I've got 15 of the worst cars and 15 of the best cars. And we're basically going to pick through them, probably whittle it down to like a final selection, and then award the drippies to the best and the drownies to the worst. I've considered just all the Cup Series and Xfinity and trucks from this season, but
can we award the drowny just to the driver and the designer? Just throw them in a fucking river.
Yeah.
Throw them in Lake Erie.
I got a question. Do we start with the best or do we start with the worst?
I think we start with the best because
I'm thinking so too. Yeah.
Negativity sells. Let's just save that for the end.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Apologies to all audio listeners. I'll do my best. Okay. So the official nominations for the best paint schemes of the year 2023. We have the Brad
also,
Castrol Edge.
If we miss something, it's because we prepared this like an hour ago. So,
yeah, about an hour ago. Yeah.
Wait, did me or Caleb get any selections on this one?
I literally asked you guys.
You've been in the call for like 30 minutes,
and no one sent anything except for Ben. I did the rest of the selections myself. It's true.
Okay.
I gave 2.
Rusty, you literally had an opportunity.
Okay, I'm gonna read mine off. Ryan Blaney, Daytona 500.
All
Ryan
right,
Blaney, Auto Club.
All right. Anyway, the best cars. We got the Brad Castrol Edge 6 car, which is hot. This is a sleeper pick. The Eric Almirola Go Bowling Machine. I know he ran this last year, but this thing's hot. The Justin Haley Tide Ride from Bristol Dirt Race, super cute. The Brad Perez rocket bread car. What do you call this? Bread rocket. The Bone Steel Aerospace machine. Unfortunately, Ty Gibbs made the list because his Interstate 54 with the little monster thing is really hot.
The red numbers, yes, somebody finally did it.
This Tanner Gray friggin' sunset thing. BJ McLeod's blaster car, which I think this one was it like a NASCAR and NBC Twitter poll for like best paint scheme. The BJ McLeod blaster car one, so that's on the list. The Priest Wonder Bread.
Now, are we counting throwbacks or are we not counting throwbacks?
No. You cannot count that.
I can't count the Ryan Priest Wonder Bread car.
No, that's a fictional car.
Yeah,
that
but
still counts.
Fictional. This raced on a track. What do you mean?
And it's a throwback. You can't count throwbacks.
It's not a throwback. It's a fictional car, and they like recreated the fictional paint scheme.
Yeah, but it's a real one. That counts. Okay. Riley Herbst, Sunny D, which I also is kind of a sleeper pick. The Yahoo purple car, Seabell. They ran that last year as well. Here? What? These are sick. Oh my god.
DT wanted it.
Justin Haley Mountain Dew.
These are all DT.
No, this has been the Bill Byron, Jeff Gordon, friggin' copper throwback thing.
Oh, that was great. No.
Rocket League Reddick.
I'm biased though.
Allgaier Reese's and the Josh Berry High Rock Vodka. Those are your picks. Is there anything you want to cross off the list immediately?
Eric Almirola.
The William Byron.
Yeah, I'm also crossing off William Byron. You think I guess it's not the best, but that red number Interstate thing is pretty sick.
I think it's not the best, but it's pretty good.
I think we know the winner.
You think you know the winner, Rusty?
Absolutely. As far as like all 4 of us voting right now, I think we know the answer.
I like the Rocket League car, but it's not the best. Same with the High Rock. The Reese's might be the best Xfinity car.
I'm getting rid of the Reese's.
Put that back on there.
That's the best.
I think that's Okay. I like the blaster car, but I really don't like the number, and like it's not that good. The hood is sick, but the side's just okay.
Get rid of Brad.
No. All right. We're getting to the stiff competition now.
Yeah. We got the Castrol Edge Brad car, the Tide Ride, the Mountain Dew, Sunny D, the Bread Rocket, and Reese's. And you guys are pushing for Reese's as the best?
I'll be honest. Those 231s, one of those got to be it. I'm leaning towards Mountain Dew.
Dude, that Mountain Dew car is so sick.
My vote is Mountain Dew as well.
For best?
Yep.
I like the Reese's car. It's sick, but I would say it's maybe the best Xfinity car, but not better than the Mountain Dew 31 or the Tide Ride. That Tide Ride's sick too. God.
Rusty, what do you think?
I go 7-car clean sweep across every category.
There's 2 categories and it's best and worst. I don't know how that works, but I would honestly say it's between the Brad Castrol 6 and the Haley Mountain Dew car.
No, I say it's between the Justin Allgaier Reese's and then the Mountain Dew car.
That's fair.
Damn.
But best merch of the year, as far as like total line of items, would probably go to the Breadmobile.
Yeah.
I got a t-shirt.
There were some sick Dale Jr. shirts too.
I might throw in a tiebreaker. The Reese's car shows the actual product.
That's the best one.
You're not gonna put a can of Mountain Dew on it.
Yeah, why not?
That's fair.
Why not?
Because you know what Mountain Dew is, like the design, it's all friggin' sharp and angular.
Yeah, it's
got all
like
this
neon
nonsense.
green poison. We already have that on the.
Putting a little round can on that would like genuinely make it worse.
Not worse than that yellow number. Like,
yeah. If that had a red roof number, it might just take it automatically. I'm gonna go Mountain Dew, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Mountain Dew.
Rusty, you're saying Reese's?
Yeah, because if the 7 car had contigs, I would say it was a tie, but they just don't have enough contigs to make that work. You could tell that was meant for like contigs and all that stuff on the side.
If it was filled out, like if that came out 10 years ago.
One of the things that does it for me, despite how like cute it is with the big Reese's logo, I don't like how far forward the number is. Like it's a little bit.
They slid it forward on the roof and the door.
It's a little bit too forward. Like it's just uncomfortable enough. I think it should be more like there. But it's a valiant effort. Congratulations, Justin Haley, friggin' Mountain Dew machine. I forget who the designer of this. I did, but I forget. It's getting to the point where I'm losing track of paint scheme designers. Like there are too many. Fuck. I forget who did this, but he's sick, and it was his first cup car. So we're in for some good things to come if he gets more of them.
Dude, I love how the Mountain Dew logo like wraps all the way around the hood, across the fucking fenders.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I need to make a friggin' list of NASCAR designers.
I mean, even the little Food City logo on the quarter panel still looks pretty good.
Yeah,
it fits.
Let me see if I can find someone made a NASCAR design Twitter list. Damn, I really should have done my homework. Yeah, I might be fucking. All right, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll make a Twitter graphic for the fucking Drippies paint scheme of the year. Anyway,
add it in post.
It's sick.
Yep.
I'm not adding shit in post. Maybe I'll put a thing in the corner with the dude's name on it. Look, there it is. Wow. Okay. So it's officially time to pick the worst.
The Drownies.
We've found the one made it to the top of the pile of the Drippies.
Yeah.
Welcome to the 15 worst paint schemes of the 2023 season. They're all Cup Series cars, and like half of them are Stuart Haas. So let's get to it. A lot of these are my picks. The Kevin Harvick.
All right, keep going.
The Kevin Harvick plain white Mobil 1 car that just has nothing on it.
But it's not the worst.
Yeah, and then the one where they made it even worse by putting this like gray stuff on it. He ran at Sonoma. The Briscoe vacation planner car where you can't read anything from a distance. Yeah, this thing's garbage.
It's not as bad as the Snap-on.
That's true. The Alex Bowman Detroit Pistons with the purple and the blue and that thing on the nose.
Detroit.
Also, the front numbers are pink. So is the logo on the side. It's pink and purple and red and blue and white at the same time. It's gross. This is an early pick for taking
moldy
it.
Bread.
The Stenhouse moldy bread car from Talladega. The Stenhouse Reese's car where it's just plain orange with a completely blue hood.
I think that's fine. I like this because I like that orange of the Reese's.
Ben made the selection for the best, and I made the selection for the worst, so I put it in the worst. Is that just it's just an orange car with a blue hood, man. The Hocevar white on light blue with the just gradient resort on the side. Pretty gross.
Shit.
The Harvick car, just because they sent him out in that turd. I
forgot about this one.
The Almirola IHOP half Smithfield thing.
I kind of like it.
We've talked about extensively on this program. The Byron Pods car. Rusty wanted to pick the Gregson Baconator machine for the best.
This is not bad. Why is this on the worst?
I think it sucks.
The bacon racing stripes? You don't like the bacon racing stripes?
It even has the product on there.
You fucking communist. Get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Throw yourself off the Canadian bridge into America. Throw yourself off into Niagara Falls.
The Bubba Wallace gunmetal gray McDonald's car for some reason. The Bubba Wallace DoorDash sad machine. The Bubba Wallace Columbia moon car. I don't know what to call this. I don't know what's going on there. And the Stenhouse Coke Zero Sugar with black logos on a dark red.
Why couldn't
car.
they just make that white?
It's tough. Okay, is there anything on this list that is not the worst? I'm taking off the plain
white cars.
Dude, I don't know.
Yeah,
get that out of there.
You think this isn't the worst?
No, that can stay. That can stay.
Get rid of the Reese's one.
Get rid of the Bubba McDonald's. That one's a good one.
Okay.
No, it's not. But
I'm gonna get rid of IHOP as well.
It's not the worst.
It's still ugly.
I kind of like the IHOP car.
Yeah. Okay. So then it's not in the worst. The Harvick car is like sad, but it's not like itself an ugly car.
This is just like a retread of something else they did anyway.
Yeah, which is kind of dumb. The Columbia Moon car is like kind of ugly, but it also has this little chrome gold stuff.
Part of the reason I selected this was how it appeared on TV. It was just a big blob, and you couldn't make out
just couldn't
anything.
see it on TV.
Yeah,
that's fair. But I also think this DoorDash car is worse.
Yeah, I think that DoorDash car is worse.
Therefore, Columbia is not the worst. Also, the Pods car is pretty bad, and you can't read the number, but it's not that bad. Like, they have a big logo on this side, at least. And I'm throwing out the Coke Zero Sugar car only because the moldy bread car is worse. So we're down to 6. We got the Vacation 14.
The Vacation 14. It's not that bad. It's just you can't read the fucking sponsor.
Yeah. The Pistons car is pretty gross, but it's not all that bad. It's just
no.
color.
Bring it back.
All right.
The number and the fucking logos are not the right. They don't match the rest of the scheme. That is like unforgivable. There's like pink and purple in there with like the Detroit Pistons red, white, and blue.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Also, it's getting worse by the day by the amount of losses Detroit has.
Yeah,
that's true. I guess that's what happens when you get put on an Alex Bowman car.
As much as I hate to say
it's down between the 48 and the 47. That's what it comes down to.
This Harvick car is pretty bad. Like
it's bad, but it's not worse than the other ones.
This is a decent photograph, and I still can't read what it says on the side.
But you can read what it says on the hood.
Something, yeah. Okay.
That is third worst, but it's not the worst.
The host of our Sunseeker car is pretty bad, but it's not the worst.
But it pops on the track, and it's not like awful.
Yeah, except you can't read it. Like, look, from this distance, you have no idea what any of that says.
It's the worst as far as sponsorship.
I think there's a clear winner here, unfortunately.
I think so as well.
Detroit Pistons.
No, it's bad.
Mine's artisanal.
But the Artisano 47, what really gets me is that they have a logo hidden on the quarter panel and then a piece of bread for the quarter panel logo, which isn't the same kind of bread as the other piece of bread for the main sponsor, which is also just moldy and all over the car.
Hold on. There is one thing to save it.
I think I see what you see.
There's grilled cheese on the quarter panel.
Yeah, but that's not. It's the wrong bread. It's a different.
I don't care, dude. It's grilled cheese. I can't drown grilled cheese.
Yeah, but it's literally from another car. Like it's from the Country Crock car, and they just slapped it on the quarter panel.
Based.
That's this. The fact that they wrapped even the skirts with the bread.
See, I think skirts is actually a good thing because they wrap the skirts.
This might be the most disgusting car in a while.
We need to put it to a vote though. Like,
I'm gonna
between that and the lines,
artisanal bread tomorrow just to make a fucking point.
It is actually good bread, but man, that car's tough. Okay, Rusty, what do you think?
Well,
which one's worse, pistons or bread?
I think I can settle this in one simple statement.
Okay.
There's been a certain team. Well, now that I think about it, could qualify for both teams. There's a certain organization that consistently puts out the worst body of work, and it is the flagship team in NASCAR over decades. Every employee on that team needs to be drowned because of the stuff they show up at the track with. I'm going the 48 car. They're getting drowned. They got to go.
See, I agree with you that they should drown, but I don't think it's over this car. Like, this is...
No, Rusty brings up a good point. The 47 team has all these sponsorship deals with all these different like brands and stuff through Kroger. They're gonna put out some drowns. They're gonna miss, and they're gonna miss pretty hard sometimes because they put out a different car every day.
This is a good point.
Ally
actually,
and fucking Hendrick do not have that excuse.
The Ally's on that car every single week, and it looks like a piece of shit every single week.
You know what? My mind has been changed.
It's been decided.
There it is.
The 2023 drowning.
I'm coming in a little toxic from today's 24 car news. So get him out of here.
Begun his based arc.
We're gonna get some emails about this because I know there's some weirdos that like this car, but
dude, it's the purple, the pink, like
the fact that you can fix this,
make it red, white, and blue. It was so easy.
The fact that you can fix this in 5 seconds and no one ever bothered to do so is
like I could fix this in MS
to the
Paint
drowning
with the fucking paint bucket tool in like 5 seconds.
The Pistons being absolute dog shit doesn't help it.
I'm just gonna treat it like a lifetime achievement where you piss me off long enough with some garbage, you're going down. You got to go.
I do have a bonus entry for drip. This might be the non-NASCAR drippy of the season, and that's the Pizza Hut Ninja Turtles.
Oh my god! And
Macaulay Jones
suit,
car.
Yeah.
I don't have the picture of it on hand, but he has the helmet too with the freaking Ninja Turtles thing.
They even took the picture in a sewer.
Yeah, that's the best part. They literally found a sewer tunnel and put the car in it to take the picture. Banger. All right, thank you, and apologies.
Pizzas the Hut.
No one is still listening on audio platforms.
Unless
They've
you
all
taste
left.
it.
But that is your Drip or Drown finale. Tune in next week when we talk about those garbage Hendrick cars that they put out today.
Oh god.
I would like to say things I say on this podcast are not meant to be taken seriously, Cody, whenever you do listen to this.
Are you trying to cover your ass for earlier?
I might be.
He might have turned it off by now.
He's already driving up to Minnesota by the time he hears this. He's already crossed the border.
I'm already on the way.
He's already crossed the border. 38 special in hand.
I'm gonna have to give him a call and apologize in advance.
Do we call this just Cody got diddled again?
No.
2
We
weeks
got to
in a
keep it
row.
moving. I'm sorry I brought his name.
I already have a title.
Okay, all right.
It's F.U. Cody.
Oh my god.
No, Cody, we love you. Cody, we love you. I can't wait to
Cody's gonna park it. Cody's gonna use every single dollar he earned at the fucking Dimmadome in St. Louis, and he's gonna use it to park Ryder trucks in front of all of our houses.
All right, we're moving on to the media check-in. Since last week, I guess the GTA update came out. They added drifting. It's kind of fun. I made a track. It's kind of fun. And we've also discovered the Lethal Company boombox mod. And it might be the greatest thing. It's the most annoying thing, but it's the greatest thing. Did we talk about this last week?
Made it the most annoying.
I don't think we did. We figured out that there's a mod for the boombox where you can start uploading your own audio files, and we may have compressed down just a shit ton of like meme music and like early 2000s bangers, and I specifically like cut them all so it starts on the chorus and it's all compressed to all hell, so it sounds like an old ass.
If I hear Linkin Park on the boombox, I'm quitting out.
You added Linkin Park?
It's on the list. In the end, is on the list.
Oh god.
It's incredible. It makes streaming the game impossible, but it's not like we were doing that anyway.
If I hear "In the End" by Linkin Park on the boombox, I'm looking for the first giant I can find. I'm just like jumping in his mouth.
It also makes.
I've ever played with you, Slap, because I just sing over the radio the whole time.
Oh god,
you're getting it either way.
You're gonna get me diddled by Coilhead doing that shit.
I just set the radio right next to me, so I can't hear the walkie-talkie at all.
Cody gets really pissed though, because he's like always been really paranoid of the dogs that can only listen. So if you like make noise, they hunt you down. And even if there's no dogs and it's like 3 p.m, Cody's like, gotta be quiet, there might be dogs. So when I just blast music and just bring it into the facility, I just leave it in the main room and we're just blasting music as we're running around grabbing stuff. And Cody got pissed the other night. He like grabbed the radio and threw it outside so we couldn't hear the music, and I'd go back out there and put it back inside. Great times. But we actually had a really good run going. We're like, I've got to say, we're set up better than we've ever been set up before. It started with like a few different people, but it ended with like me, Cody, Ed, and CMR, and we are like on track to break some records here. But we couldn't play over the weekend because Cody was fucking gone.
At one point, we weren't going to make quota, but we had 4 masks, so we just like landed on the home planet. Paul put on the mask, and we just died.
There's one clip. So they've got these new masks where if you put on the mask, it like takes over your body and you turn into like a zombie. And then if you diddle someone else, then like they join the like mask zombie crew. And there's one time we were in the mansion, I think, and it was me, Ben, who else? I think Ed, someone else, and Slap. And Slap had like gone back to return items, and we're like deep in the mansion. We see a friggin' mask dude walk out. We're like, oh no, Slap put on the mask.
Slap put on the mask.
And I was like, oh my god, what an idiot. Did he do it for the meme? And he's just like zombie walking towards us, and we're like, shit, we gotta go. Like we grab all our stuff at the front door and we start heading up the hill. And then coming down the hill from the ship, Slap's like, hey guys, and we're like, wait, wait, what? It wasn't Slap. Apparently, it just spawned a like zombie dude with a mask on. And then he diddled Ben.
Dude, I was running so fast, and I'm like, oh fuck. He just gives you a nice, good hug, and then you explode.
And then vomits blood into your mouth.
I might post the clip on the Shrimp Hub channel because I have that. But yeah, and then Slap, Ed, and I like barely got in the ship and hit the button and got the hell out of there.
Oh yeah, dude. I was pretty fucking drunk. I don't remember a whole lot of that, but that's just we all jumped in the ship and there's all these zombie masks like chasing us.
Like, go.
I like hit the button at the last second to close the fucking door.
It was just an incredible moment where we were like, Slap, put on the mask. What a fucking idiot. Oh no. And Slap's like, hey guys. Huh? It's actually really incriminating.
I had dropped my walkie-talkie just so I could carry more stuff back to the ship.
Well, I didn't even realize, but I looked back at the recording. We were so preoccupied with like being scared of the mask dude that it was fully like putting the thing in the corner, like, "Hey, your team collected bottles. Your team collected this," and I didn't even put 2 and 2 together that you were just bringing stuff back to the ship. Good times though. That game, it's got legs. Oh, I also started figuring out how to make skins. So I officially have like an Ed skin done where he's wearing a friggin' like Red Wings jersey and his camo pants. He's got a bag on his head and he's got the peanut butter whiskey and the tanks on his back. So it's kind of a pain because the skin,
the template is a fucking mess.
Yeah, it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But you know, we'll figure some stuff out.
The whole game is designed by one guy, so I'll give him a pass.
Yeah, and he's clearly not good at UV mapping because it's really bad. Also, the Lethal Company video that we made like 4 weeks ago that Caleb edited, I think is done and should be up on the channel in a few days. I think it'll come out in 2 parts. So keep your
We'll
eyeballs
see you
out
here in
for
about
that.
3 weeks.
But you'll hear us from like a month ago before we knew anything about the game. So a little bit behind the ball on that one. Any other media to check in on this week?
Can we talk about the UFC we watched?
Oh yeah.
None it sucked.
Sean Strickland like throwing haymakers at this other dude
in the stands.
Kindly asking the kid to move over.
Yeah, like Dana White like put these guys like 2 seats apart, and then there's like one kid in between them, and he's just like, "Hey kid, can you move over here? Thanks." And then he just starts throwing haymakers at Duplessis. That was the best fight of the night.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, the flyweights was pretty good.
I do have some YouTube to talk about. I've been binging the fuck out of Burn Peak on YouTube, which is like, he's this mountain biking dude, and he like gained a bunch of traction making mountain biking videos a few years ago, and he bought this big ass house on a mountain in North Carolina, and he's just converting his entire yard, like all the forest around his house, into like a mountain bike park, and he's like building it and documenting it all himself on his channel, which is sick. Just really well filmed stuff where he just rips it and then breaks his ass on some fucking janky wooden things he built around his house. And then he invites all the boys over, and they just get like 8 dudes just ripping trails and jumps like in his backyard. Kind of sick.
Oh, I came across Ordinary Things channel, and his newest video, How to Coup Any Country.
Oh no.
These Ordinary Things.
He's like a friend of Internet Historian and like Wendigoon and some of those other dudes. And yeah, he was just like, you know, he like had a list of like 989 different coup attempts across the 20th century and the 21st century. And he just like breaks it down like in like spreadsheets and stuff. He's like, all right, you have like, if you do a coup in the 20th century, you have like about 44% odds of succeeding. If that sounds like you're good, if that sounds like good enough odds for you, congratulations. Pay attention to the rest of the video. And he had like this whole disclaimer at the beginning. It's like, I've been told by my lawyer, you know, this is not me saying you should do anything. It's just looking at history and all that. But if you wanted to, here's how you would do it. He like goes like bar for bar, like how you would coup the UK. He's just like, all right, you take the motorway, you do a bunch of roadblocks, you take this military company, and then like you convince them to be on your side. You do a bunch of roadblocks so like outside military units can't come in, and then you just be like, hey man, there's a roadblock. You know, we're just told to like block the road. That's it. And like, and then you go and you raid like 10 Downing Street, take the PM hostage, and like all raid the BC, and then like do your media thing to make yourself look legitimate and like shut down everybody else and like all this other shit.
That sounds good.
Dude, it's like actually funny, like the way he like breaks it down, and like he's like, here's how you recruit your best boys, and like if you align yourself with the United States, your odds of success shoot up all the way to 62%.
I was gonna say we're pretty experienced at doing that all around the world.
Yeah, he's like, the US is like really good at this, and he like has like a whole like list of shit like Guatemala 1954, fucking Iran 1953, like just Cuba 1959, just like all these fucking coup attempts that were successful, and like the US did all of
them. More media.
One thing I've been watching is a recommendation from you guys last week, which was Not Just Bikes.
Oh dude. Yeah. Love me some Not Just Bikes.
Yeah, so I started watching that and learning about how terrible the US cities are built and all that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, there's great pieces on there.
Were you radicalized, Ben?
I was.
You want to buying the cargo bikes?
Ban cars, live in the pod, eat the bugs.
It's too bad the rail infrastructure in Ohio is pretty non-existent.
There was that one thing that popped off on Twitter. I've like tuned my algorithm now. I'm on like anti-car, like based transportation Twitter. And there's a post that popped off the other week about like a just complete like fictional concept of a high-speed rail line that like loops down like the Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Detroit corridor, touches Chicago, and then goes like across Pennsylvania, hits Pittsburgh, New York, and then goes up to like Boston and up and around, and it's just like a big loop. And how if they actually built high-speed trains, it would literally be way more simple than jumping on a plane.
It'd be so great.
Somebody like pointed out on Twitter, I thought it was a really good point, was everybody says like, oh, the high-speed rail, the bullet train Shinkansen in Japan is so great. Oh, it's so small, it can never work over here in America. The Shinkansen goes from Nagasaki to Hakodate, which is just south of the northernmost city in Japan, which is Sapporo. And they're actually expanding that out to Sapporo. It'll be done in 2030. But that's a distance that is as long as traveling on I-95 from Miami to Boston.
Dude, see, that's the thing. It's such an American excuse to be, oh, it's too big. You don't have to build the train across the country. That's a little far. I understand.
Even the Shinkansen they got now stretches from like San Diego to Seattle.
Yeah, on the East Coast and the West Coast, you have so many cities in a freaking line. Like connecting Boston to DC would do so much.
I mean, the fact that the Quebec, like Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto corridor doesn't have some sort of like high-speed rail network is a fucking crime. But like half of like Canada's population lives in this little tiny condensed area.
I'm pulling up the map. There is some dead giveaways, and the first one is Quebec, Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto, Hamilton, Detroit, Chicago. There are so many people that travel along that damn route, and there's so many people that live along that damn route. Like that would be
Buffalo's right there too.
Yeah, and then on the other side is if you go Boston, New Haven, New York, Philly, Baltimore, Washington. It's right there, dude.
You can keep on going straight down 95.
Yeah, to Richmond, Raleigh.
You'd go to
Charlotte if you feel so inclined.
Dude, I dream of a utopia where I can just wake up on a Sunday and just have a wild hair and just like hop on a train, and then in like an hour and a half I'm in Atlanta. I get to go watch the Falcons lose, get drunk on fucking cheap beer, stumble back onto the train and wind up in Greenville and fucking go to work on Monday hungover.
Yeah, even if it doesn't connect to the main thing. I mean, this would never happen in the South, but like a little Atlanta to Charlotte through Greenville thing would be sick.
Just one stop in Greenville.
Yeah.
One stop in Greenville. Let me park my car in a parking garage in Greenville, hop on the train, just go down to Atlanta.
It's just crazy that so many Americans just grow up in this fucking car hell. Like I saw a video on Twitter the other week of these. It was just posted as like, oh hey, look at these clever parents. They took their kid to school in a golf cart so they could skip the drop-off line. And I was like, that sentence in itself is insane. Like all these parents drive their kids the fucking like 5 minutes to school. Like you could just take it on a golf cart, or you could just let them walk or ride a bike
there.
Imagine that. But everyone's in a friggin' Chevy Silverado quad cab long bed with one parent in the front and one kid in the back, so they can line up at their designated little drop-off spot, and the kid can get out and go to school, and then the next person comes up in their SUV.
Can I just say, like, as a UPS driver, when school lets out, there's like an entire like 3-block area that it's just a no-go zone for the next hour. And I just can't make deliveries there. Wherever like all the houses, all the businesses, I just got to wait until like the 3 o'clock, let off area dies down to like 4 or 4:30, and then I can go back in there where the traffic's good.
See, my coworker lives next to an elementary school, and she literally cannot leave her house because they fucking block her driveway and fucking like she can't pull out, she can't fucking take the road. Can't go to work or anything. She just has to wait or leave early.
This is the most foreign thing to me because I live in a big ass city, And you know, this isn't like a Canada US thing because we have the same shit here. When as soon as you're in the suburbs, everyone just drives to school. But when I went to elementary school, I'd walk to the local, like the school near me, which is, I don't know, like a 10 or 15-minute walk, get on the school bus, and that took me to school. And when I went to middle school, I'd either ride my bike or take the subway or take the bus because they all go right there. Like just the standard public transportation bus. The idea of like each kid showing up in their own car is just crazy.
Well,
that's a bunch of parents who think their kids are too good to ride the bus.
Yeah, or
to be
just
fair,
ride a
when
bike.
I got my driver's license, I got my parking spot so I could fucking drive to school. It was based.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I did that too. And the traffic getting out of school when it let out at 3:15.
Oh, you had to leave. You had to leave before the buses left.
Oh, dude,
like,
there's nothing worse than fucking behind 30 fucking buses.
Dude, I was lucky as shit. I was like the third closest parking spot to the school, like where it let out, and I was the very first classroom right there next to the hallway in Trig. I could like get out of Trig like as soon as like the bell rang, run out to my car, throw everything in there, and fucking dart out before traffic got bad.
I had to fucking jog to my car, hope that everyone else is running late, wait in this car line, and hopefully the lights are working for you. You go. And if you don't make it in time because of how big my fucking high school was, you had to wait for all these fucking 40 to 60 buses to go out from the tunnel.
There's no way to live.
Yeah, the bus circle was like on a different circle on the other end of the school. So there was just like one massive parking lot where all the juniors and seniors parked. And you had to like funnel out into this one way, and it was one way out. But you could go, but there was no incoming traffic. So you could just take a right there and go the wrong way out. And a lot of people did that for like the first 2 weeks of school my senior year. And then the vice principal got pissy about it. He would stand out there like, you can't come down this way.
This is insane to me. Like there were probably in the entire high school, like maximum 30 kids that drove to school. And they were like the rich, like special kids who got to fucking commandeer their parents' cars.
When I drove to school, gas was $4 a gallon in 2007 money.
You're old.
Like, yeah, that was like gas was stupid expensive. That was
we have
like
podcast listeners.
Rack and shit.
We have listeners that weren't born when you went to school.
That hurts.
When you drove to school.
I know.
Anyway,
I wish I could replicate the feeling of excitement that I got when I had early dismissal in my second semester of senior year, and then I like got in my car
for your last period off.
Yeah, and I like got in my car at like 1 p.m. and I like cranked it up, and I just like started headed back home. I was like, man, I could fucking go wherever, and nobody can fucking stop me. I'm free as a bird.
The American dream, right there.
Yeah, and then traffic fucks that up.
Yeah, because everyone wants to be free as a bird. I do have one more thing to touch on in the media check-in. Ben published his NASCAR sim racing article on his website. So bencrazy.com, you can install NASCAR sim racing. And I did not know this, that there are mods for that game that people have made back in the day. And someone in the comments of Ben's like tutorial on his website added a link where you can download friggin' NASCAR sim racing mods.
I'm glad. It's not all of them, but I mean, it's more than what I could find. Like the ones that I could find were all dead links, unfortunately. So I'm glad at least there's some out there, and I hope that more people dig through their hard drives and find
Ben might have just
mods.
revived an entire video game community, which is crazy.
That is fucking nuts. I'm glad everyone's playing it, and it seems like everyone's enjoying it.
Are you gonna put that video up, Ben?
I'm working on it. Working on it. We'll see in about 3 months if I actually do it.
Is that all the media we have to check in on this week? I guess so.
If that is all the media, I gotta take a piss.
All right, you go do that. We'll roll into the planet.
I was gonna drop a quick one for Slap, but we'll save it for next week since he's muted.
Yeah, his ass is not here.
It was gonna get him all spooled up.
The Fallout again?
No, it was the movie Die Hard.
Did you rewatch Die Hard?
No, I watched it for the first time, but I
The
wanted
first
to
time?
Yeah, 35 years later, I finally saw it.
Damn.
That's crazy. I'm impressed you avoided it this long.
We were gonna watch it for Christmas, and don't tell Eddie, but I'll still probably be there this Christmas to watch with you guys.
Yeah, Ed doesn't listen to this, so you're good. And yeah, I don't blame him.
I know he's got his ears to the street, so we'll see.
Got his finger on the pulse of shrimpage.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any animals to report on this week? I didn't really do anything, so I got nothing.
Nope.
All right, that was Animal Planet.
Well, I might have a quick one.
Okay.
I was looking for clips to just create content on my YouTube channel. I stumbled into this one funny one that I've never heard before, and I don't want to say his name because it might put us on the list. But
Yeah. Okay.
there was a famous guy from the Middle East in the early 2000s, and apparently when they raided his compound, they found a large stash of pornography. And the CNN report around this was so disrespectful and foul to just paint this man in this picture that
they're talking shit about his porn.
Yeah, after they killed him, they were talking whatever they did, they were talking shit about his porn collection, and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I was like, come on. Like, they can do that to any of us. They can just storm in your compound, kill you, and say you got all this. Like, come on.
Yeah, any of us that have a fucking compound.
Hey, I got a compound. I got the compound.
You got a
Jesus
dungeon.
Christ.
Who are we talking about again? I just came in
certain,
like porn.
Don't say his name, but a
yeah.
certain leader from the Middle East who is no longer supposedly alive.
I just thought
may have been dumped in the ocean.
Allegedly.
Some Navy SEALs got that on deck.
Slap, do you have any animals to report on this week?
Myself,
Actually,
kind of.
I was gonna say, can we report on you for not putting your address into the friggin' Secret Santa system?
You didn't put yours either.
What do you mean?
No, that was me.
Yeah, it was Ben. Ben and Slap. Yeah, you're both animals. And it's like 10 days before our gifts are supposed to arrive, and Blake's like, yeah, my guy hasn't put his address in the system yet.
Well, Blake's an animal because he fucking said who he
Blake
had.
did say, well,
Yeah, he did.
he might be fucking with us. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit. Yeah,
it might, because you never know with Blake. He might be playing us.
We'll find out.
But yeah, I didn't think I needed to remind you guys, but I guess I did. So that's on me, I guess. Slap, what else were you an animal for this week?
This kind of ties back into the media check-in, but I had another Lethal Company dream.
Oh no.
This time it wasn't the Chimera. This time it was like more cursed. It was Golden Freddy.
Ooh.
Golden Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh my God, Slap.
I just like open a door, there's Golden Freddy, and I like just fucking freak out. And I'm like, you're not supposed to be in this game.
Combining. I'm sure there's got to be some kind of mod for it.
There probably already
sure.
is.
There's a good number of mods.
Chica, Foxy, and Golden Freddy into Lethal Company.
Sure.
Any update to Raw Salmon Man?
He has not been on a truck since. I have interrogated several drivers. Mr. Raw Salmon Butter Sandwich has not reappeared. Unfortunate. But I have told every single helper I've had since then. I was like, look, you can't be my worst helper because here's why. Here's the bar you have to set in order to be the worst helper.
I imagine it's like a great experience when you have just like a calm helper who just does their shit and just chills. Isn't insane.
Dude, my helper today, he was like, I asked him, he was talking about video games and stuff, and I asked him, I was like, have you played Lethal Company? And he's like, yeah, dude, I fucking love that shit. And we just like talked about it all goddamn day.
That's sick. Don't get diddled.
Yeah, but he's just like, dude, the game's so fucking hard. I don't know how to like defeat all the enemies. Like, look, dude, you got the diddler. You just got to like have your head on a swivel. And then when you see him, you just fucking stare him down. You bully him. You got to like post up. You got to be the alpha male. You
got to like push him back. You can't look him right in the eyes, but you got to like look a little bit to the side of him and just kind of like walk towards him. And he'll like get scared and be shy and be weird.
Yeah. And then like the loot bugs, you don't kill the loot bugs. You negotiate with them. You know, you give them a little trinket. You get like here's a bolt. Take the bolt, and you know, he just fucks off, goes back to his nest or whatever.
Alternatively, you can give them bodies. They love them. All right, that is Animal Planet, which means it's time to open up some mail.
Send in your fucking mail. Wash your fucking hands, slap. In your fucking
I'm never outrunning these allegations.
Wash your fucking hands, slap. I don't give a fuck, man. You better send in those emails at this point. Welcome to fan mail. Fan mail. Fan mail. Fan mail.
We got some insane mail this week. Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
All right. It was only 4, but one of them was extra spicy. If you have interesting stories, questions, comments, concerns, animal reports, feedback, send it ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. We'll read it on the show. That's ShrimpHoursPresents@gmail.com. I see you slap. The first email comes in from Doggo. Oh, I just got a Discord notification that might have come through the recording. I apologize to everyone on their computers.
I didn't hear it either.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't hear it. I mean, the people. Doggo says,
fuck the people.
I better see some more Lethal Company clips expeditiously. I'm giving you all the Draymond Green special. I do have more clips to post. I gotta do that.
I posted a short on my secondary channel. Just the fucking
diddler.
The diddler moving in.
Doggo says
virtual insanity.
Okay, so very few movies actually get me to drag my ass to the theater, especially now with streaming. This has now changed with the release of Godzilla -1, which I implore everyone here listening to see in theaters while it's in North America. Start to finish movie of the fucking year, no joke, Godzillion dollar sweep. But from that experience, I'd like to shift to another topic, movie theater etiquette. My audience wasn't that bad apart from some iPhone light shows and weird parents taking their kid to a nighttime showing of a 2-hour movie. Other than that, most of them were locked in and silent for the big scenes. But what are some movie theater experiences that you guys had where the audience were absolute animals, etiquette out the window? And if you believe that movie etiquette is becoming a lost culture. P.S. One of the trailers they showed before the film was for a Sydney Sweetie movie. I'm just saying, eyeball emoji, eyeball emoji. Yeah, you can see her everything in fucking Euphoria. Shout out.
Hey, yo.
What do you think? Old guys, is movie theater etiquette dying?
Well, I haven't been in a theater since fucking...
Really? Oh my...
The last Star Wars.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm really strategic about my movie theater moves. I like to go at like 11 a.m. I'm the only dude
on a
in
Tuesday.
There. Yeah, I'm the only one in there. So I'm fully locked in and enjoying the hell out of it.
I've also gone to like purely midday Tuesday, like week after release showings in the last couple of years. And it's
actually, that's a fucking lie because I went to Gran Turismo.
Oh, that's true.
We went to Gran Turismo.
No.
It's on Netflix now. Don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Bad.
It's bad.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Hold on.
It's so bad. Dude. I can't.
The last time I was at the theater before that, I went to the last 007, and that was at a bistro where you can like eat a fucking burger and shit, have a beer and all that.
They're all like that now.
Yeah, so I was more distracted with the food in the movie than
that's
like,
not a thing up
with
here.
Other people.
I don't think it's a thing up here. I've not like seen one of these ever.
Oh, dude, I went to a fucking movie theater down in like Anderson, South Carolina. They had the new Dragon Ball Z movie, Resurrection F. Like me and like all my friends went down there, and we didn't realize it at the time, but they had like beers. You could like buy a beer like in a movie theater and like get like this 3-course meal and like plop it in front of you. But we had gone to some Mexican restaurant before, so we were like stuffed, but we were just like, hell yeah, I'd down like 2 or 3 beers while I'm watching the new Dragon Ball Z movie. Fuck it.
Hell yeah. That seems like a cool idea. It seems expensive, but I'd like to try something.
It
like
is
that
expensive.
sometime.
You can even order it from like a little app on your phone, and they bring it to your seat. It's
No,
They're
the
not
one I
supposed
was at, people would just come up to you and say, "Okay, you want this, this, and this? All right." You
See,
fuck off and get
I don't
the
know
food
if
for
I
ya.
would want that on like a movie that I really enjoy, because I would hate to have some shit that I'm like really into, and then someone's like, "You want any fucking pizza? You can order
No, it's
anything?"
like being in your
Or
living
people
room,
just
you
pop
eating
their
your
phones
food
out.
while you're fucking watching a big ass movie.
I guess so, but I can also like pause and use the shitter if I'm in the living room. I'd be concerned actually eating like a big ass meal in a movie theater.
We went to that same theater to watch Rogue One, and it had just snowed like the day before, and it like
That
all
was like
melted.
the last good Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
and it like all the snow had melted by noon that day, and then we all got together like let's go watch Rogue One, and of course the theater's like fucking deserted. We got the place to ourselves, and like I drank so much fucking beer because I didn't have to drive. I didn't have to drive. My cousin was fucking driving for me. This is before he got like shipped off to Japan or whatever, and yeah. And then I had to like take a piss because I drank so much fucking beer, and I missed
Yeah.
the Darth Vader scene in Rogue One.
Oh, no.
See, that's what I mean.
Where
I
he
knew that was
shows
gonna
up to
happen.
Director Krennic, and he just like
Talk some
berates him, and
shit.
he's like,
Yeah.
"Don't choke on your ambitions, Director Krennic." And then like I missed that, and so like when he shows back up, when he does like the whole like lightsaber thing, he's like invading the ship. I was like, "Oh, it's the boy! He's back!" And we are like, "Man, you missed it. He showed up earlier. This was like foreshadowed."
Damn.
Did you guys hear the story behind how that final Darth Vader scene made it in the movie?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Well, this
I know it was
maybe we should-
re-edited to hell.
Oh yes, you're absolutely correct. But that scene originally wasn't in the movie. So everyone wants to give Disney or whoever was involved all the credit for that
Oh.
final Vader scene and the director, but it wasn't them. It was not them. It was some random dude who like on the set who just kind of passed along this little creative idea. And they're like, let's do it. Let's try it. And they put in the most iconic scene in like Star Wars history, like on a whim last second while they were doing reshoots. Like unbelievable.
Damn.
And it saved the movie.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. I wouldn't say it
And
completely
the movie is
saved
really
it.
good up to that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like the crescendo.
But
That
it
was, like,
was
the
I would
perfect
like to see
note at
the
top.
fucking original cut though, because
I
it's
don't know if
it was
you-
supposed to be way darker.
Yeah. Dude, all the scenes in the preview that they cut out, like, oh man.
Damn.
Oh, that was also part of this video. That scene with the TIE fighter, 100% added in like for marketing purposes. This is all BS. That wasn't part of the actual like original cut of the movie. That was just all marketing, which is
Gotta sell some toys.
So bait and
Yep.
switch.
the other stuff was in the original cut, but that wasn't. I just had,
Alright.
I had to share that because it like.
All right. Good question, Doggo. We didn't answer, but we talked about some other shit, so I appreciate you. I'm gonna leave the big email for the end. Jesus Christ. Andrew R. From Down Under sends in. Good morning, all y'all. NASCAR, in its wisdom, has decreed that in order for Shane Van Gisbergen to run Xfinity next year, he needs to do an ARCA race, which I thought was kind of funny. This in spite of him already having won a cup race and having competed in a truck race. Did they make Montoya, Patrick, Ambrose, Raikkonen, etc. do this?
Yes.
Can super speedway racing really be that hard if Austin Dillon is not only Xfinity champion but also won the Daytona 500? Would they make Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Ogier, or Joseph Newgarden do this? Thank you, from Andrew R. P.S. I'm typing this on my phone during a cricket match. We bowled out the opposition for 136, whatever that means. Now we get to have a bat in this 44-degree heat, which is 111 Fahrenheit.
Oh my god.
Everyone is wilting. Summer is awful. Shout out to everyone down under.
So yes, Montoya did have to run ARCA.
Yeah,
Danica had to do it as well. Yeah.
It makes sense though, because plate racing is so different to everything else on planet Earth. Like, you would not want to throw even Lewis Hamilton into just the Daytona 500.
IndyCar guys have like a reasonable amount of experience with it, but Montoya had been doing Formula One for so long. I mean, it's reasonable that he did 06 Talladega and ARCA.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, everyone had to do, even like Travis Pastrana did his bits before he jumped in that 67 car. Trying to think of who else has jumped in for a plate race randomly.
Connor Daly.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Did he have to do an ARCA race?
That's a good point. I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, but he had done IndyCar races and
he had done a lot of oval stuff.
Yeah, but Danica
still
also had to do an ARCA race.
Did she have to do, or does she choose to do that?
Connor Daly has not made an ARCA start.
Interesting.
So that was what, the 2022 500? Or no, it was the 2023 500 was his first super speedway start.
Yep.
Yeah, so if he didn't have to do it, then why the fuck is...
Because he'd done the Indy 500 before.
Yeah, but that's different. Had Danica not done the Indy 500 before she went to NASCAR? Hold on.
No, she did.
So why did she have to do an ARCA race?
I don't think she had to. I think she chose to do that to get more experience.
Interesting. So from IndyCar, it's okay, but not from supercars? Shane Van Gisbergen's done 1 billion plate races in iRacing. He knows how it works. I don't think he needed a friggin' ARCA orientation, but whatever. I'm curious if they'll buy a Venturini car or something, and if he'll actually have a chance to win. I don't know if they wouldn't, because that's a Toyota. It's got to be a Chevy team. Are there any decent Chevy teams in ARCA at all?
No, they could do a Hendrick thing.
What did Hendrick do?
Well, Hendrick does for road courses. They just throw a fucking car out there that they have.
Oh, an ARCA?
Yeah.
I guess, they had the sad Bowman car. Okay.
DT had a banger tweet where he was just they have the opportunity to do the funniest thing possible.
Dude, I had a couple tweets that just go ballistic this week. Here, let me pull this up. The first one that popped off was the fucking Noah Gragson 2024 paint scheme concept, which people loved. And Caleb has notifications turned on whenever I tweet, so he jacked the top comment on that because he just commented immediately. And then this thing popped off, and he did the same thing again, where he just piggybacked the top fucking comment. Damn, this thing has 1.4 thousand likes. I hope they do it.
Please.
This had the traction where someone has seen it. People have tagged Team Chevy, Trackhouse, Colleague, and Shane himself.
If they don't do it, I want to fan the fucking walk the grid and just fucking slap a Holden badge on front of that nose.
Yeah. It makes so much sense because this is the last series that still races the SS. They were all built in Australia. They are literally Holdens. And now you've got an Australian dude driving one for the first time because he has to.
Allegedly, while he's already won championships. If you get an actual Chevy SS here in America, and you rip apart all the engine panels and all that shit,
they're built in Australia.
There is a Holden badge.
There's Holden badges in there.
Same thing with the Pontiac G8 engine
and the GTO.
Yeah, it's literally a Holden Commodore, and the G8 was a Commodore, and the GTO was a Monaro. And now the Australian car industry is deceased because of their import laws being way too chill, but that's neither here nor there. And this is the last thing. And I hope Shane at least is hey guys, let's put a fucking Holden badge on here. Because there's no way Chevy cares that much about the way
that car they don't make anymore.
His the Chevy ARCA car looks, right?
Yeah. They don't make the Chevy SS anymore.
Yeah, I know. The only thing I'm worried about is if it's like a Trackhouse branded thing, is they might want to stick Chevy on. I hope and I pray. I'm glad that people have bookmarked that tweet to come back to it later, because that would be the funniest thing ever. I mean, it would just be a cool story. But that's just me. All
Maybe
right,
they do
second...
the social content leading up to it with that, and then when they get to the track, they peel it off or whatever.
I don't really think they have to peel it off. It'd just be a cool story in general. And a good nod to a New Zealander, driving an Australian car. Second to last email. Nickman writes in. He says, my question for this week revolves around the topic of terrible movie sequels. A lot of movie talk this week. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
There have been plenty of bad sequels to good films, but which ones stand out the most to you guys? Didn't we talk about this last week? Am I going crazy? He says, some that come to mind for me
about reboots.
Include Son of the Mask and every direct-to-DVD Disney sequel in existence. The less said about these movies, the better. See, I have a movie like directly in mind, but I forget if we talked about it on the podcast or just in Discord. Because I remember I watched the fucking Goon movie about that hockey player from 15 years ago, and it's just like it's a Canadian classic, and like it was like a small time movie that a lot of people loved, and then 6 years later they made a second one. It was just the most dog shit, just sad production that I've ever seen. Oh, look at that cat.
Mm-hmm.
And it just did the original a huge disservice. So that's my call. Goon 2. Don't ever. Are there any other sequels that like literally detract from the original just by their existence?
Haven't Keenan and Kel gotten together and said they're going to make a second Good Burger movie? Like
they already did.
Did they?
It's already out. Yeah, it's on Paramount right now.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's
just
definitely...
nobody has Paramount, so nobody watched it.
Yeah.
Damn. There's a movie that was announced like 4 years ago that they said they'd do a sequel of a movie that came out 12 years ago, and they still haven't started production. Breaks my fucking heart, man.
Titanic 2 was ass. Titanic 2 was bad.
They made it. I didn't know that was a thing.
It's a B movie.
Oh, okay. It's kind of hard to make a second one of those.
Yeah, I mean, the first one was kind of definitive.
Unless they get on the Britannic and then that thing goes down. All right.
I don't know. I can't think of anything on top of my head that's like blatant.
I have another email. I don't know if I should read this. Mark,
is this the big one?
Yeah. So this is Mark, the kid from the high school that gets set on fire.
Oh no.
And this sort of goes in line with our like sad American suburbia stories, because this is like one of those super high schools in the middle of nowhere that has just 1 billion kids in it. Anyways, he writes, "Hey Shrimps, it's Mark. What the fuck? Insane situation happening at school. Lots of people are fucked. I don't even think you want to know what happened, but oh well, this is going to be the last episode of the podcast anyway. I'm not going to read it out, but apparently, there was a dude in a higher grade who was sharing certain pictures of certain parts of himself to people in the lower grades, and then they shared it around, and then they got fucked because the dude wasn't 18. So even though he sent some gross shit, the people who actually like received it and then shared it with their friends got fucked. And also there was apparently someone made a fake bomb threat email. And I'm not gonna read this out, but it screams of a grade 10 kid pretending to be a Russian gangster with a bomb threat. I don't know how that worked out for the school, but Jesus Christ. Anyway, Mark says, that's all for this update. Thank God I only have one more semester in this fucking dump. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Anyway, shout out to the American high school system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's
when I was in high school, we had a bomb threat because someone didn't want to do an exam. So nothing like getting a federal crime instead of taking a test.
Yeah, just pull the fire alarm like the rest of us. Come on. Anyway,
Yeah,
And then when I was in community school, someone tried to shoot the teacher.
What?
Yeah.
Yep. Brought
Like
in.
Actually?
Yeah. Thankfully, I wasn't there. It was like 2 hours after I was done with classes, so I got like
Holy
texts from
shit.
parents and just like, "What? Hey, are you at school?" I'm like, "No. What's going on?" But yeah, apparently a kid brought in like a hockey case. Inside of it was a gun. He walked in the second floor, pulled it out, aimed at the teacher, shot, missed, jammed the gun, and then he got tackled.
America's fucked. Genuinely.
That was over a decade ago.
Oh my god.
That was around 2010, I believe.
When I was in like freshman year in high school, we had like a computer science class. It was like teaching how to use like Excel and Word and all that shit.
Yeah.
And we like everybody in that classroom all of a sudden got a message, and it was like took up the whole screen that said bomb threat coming in 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
boom.
someone hacked their shit.
Yeah, it was like just a hack. Like, and it was just like, and the teacher like freaked out, like, everybody close out and shut down your computer now. And because she didn't understand, like, there's nothing it can do. It could like fuck up the computer, but it can't like, blow up the fucking console or whatever.
Yeah, it's not like the Hitman video game. One of my favorite bits in that game is when you want to turn the cameras off, you get to like the mainframe room and the Hitman goes like type, and then the camera machine just explodes. So yeah, you can't do that on unfortunately, you can't do that in real life. You can't just type a bomb into existence.
Load up Prime 95. Let that thing rip.
What is that? Is that like an old school fucking hack?
It's
a zip bomb.
It's a benchmarking software that's been known to kill CPUs.
Oh. I wonder if anyone, I don't know why I'm thinking this, but I wonder if anyone gets one of those like USB like killers, those things that you plug into a USB port and it fries it. Those must be going around American high schools, right? There must be some kid just fucking frying USB ports.
Yeah, there's some kid that got one on eBay and he's just like, I wonder if this shit works. He just like pops in one and is like, oh, it's dead. All right, you on to the next one.
I don't know how I did it, but I managed to kill one of my USB ports when I built this PC. It's been dead ever since. One of my like front ones. Well, on that bombshell, America's fucked. Build more trains. Ride your bikes. And install NASCAR sim racing.
Bus. Your kid's not good enough to not take the bus.
Yeah, stop friggin' driving your kids everywhere, dude. Just don't do it.
If someone wants to ask for a levy, if the school is asking for a levy, fucking vote yes on it. So they get money so they can afford fucking sending kids on the fucking buses. Vote yes on the levies.
And the more you drive your kid around your big fucking SUV, the more dangerous it is for other people to like just ride bikes and walk and be normal. What the hell are we calling this podcast?
F you, Cody.
The drippies.
We can't do another. I think it's the drippies.
DMs, Ben?
No, I did not.
You're gonna call them out like that, Rusty. It's the drippies. Get out of here. We'll see you never.
Cody, we love you.